Hey guys, this is Malon or Malon B, and I'm here to make the 10 non-yarny things about me tag. I have seen a lot of videos, you guys. I am really enjoying them. I think it's so interesting to learn about other people, things that not necessarily have to do with yarn or are fiber related. I would definitely suggest for you guys to make one. Let me know if you do make a video. I tag anyone who wants to make one as well. That's why I'm doing it, because a lot of people also tag others who just want to do it. Let me know in the comments if you have made one, or if you are going to, or if whatever, and I will go watch it. So I did write down my things also, because otherwise I wouldn't remember them all. Number one, I am from South America. I was born in Bolivia, and I came to the U.S. when I was about 6 or 7 years old. I don't remember exactly, but about that age. So I do speak fluent Spanish. I don't speak it that often or that much in my everyday life. Usually I speak Spanish when, I guess, with family mostly, but it would be like the older family, like my mom or stuff like that, as opposed to cousins or my sister. I usually speak English, and I've been trying to incorporate it more in my everyday, just because if you guys have not watched me before, I have a kid. My son, he's 2.5. He will be 3 in April, and I want him to learn Spanish as well as English, of course. So I've been trying to incorporate it every day. To go over colors, numbers, etc. in English and Spanish. So yeah, hopefully the transition will be good. Number two, I've had braces in the past for about 2 or 3 years, and this was back in the day. I don't even remember the years, you guys. Or how old I was, to be honest. This was in middle school, I think. I've had it for 2 or 3 years. I had the old school metal braces, and it hurts. Like, I'm not even gonna go into detail, but if you've had braces, like those kinds, especially, I don't know about the others, those kind hurt when they adjust like that. The metal, what is it called? Like the line that goes between the teeth, that just hurts. Sometimes I couldn't eat. I could only like eat soft stuff. But I definitely do not miss those days. I had not worn my retainer after the braces came off. I have not really bothered with it, to be honest. Although I think my teeth are all right. But anyway, that was my number two, that I've had worn braces back in the day. Also, number three from back in the day as well. I played the clarinet during school or throughout school, also middle school. I played for all 3 years, I think. How long is middle school? 3 or 4 years. I played the clarinet in they had concert band, beginner band. I don't know the name of the beginner one anymore, but concert band, and I went up to symphonic band. The next step up was marching band, but I wasn't able to do that because for that you had to go to practice, and they had those, like after school times and all of that. And my mom, unfortunately, at the time, she worked so much, she wasn't able to drive me back and forth, kind of thing. So I was not able to do marching band. I don't know if I actually really wanted to, to be honest. But anyway, I do play the clarinet. I have not played it for years, however, but I did play it back in the day. It's still probably somewhere in my closets. I don't know. Nowadays, I've been trying, like that, what did I say, dabbling with guitar, and also it's been for years, and I'm still a beginner. I still am a very beginner guitar player, but that's what I've been doing more recently. It's pretty good. I'm good until I have to do bar chords. Those I find very hard, and I just haven't really, tried very hard on that, I guess. But yeah, play clarinet and beginner and guitar. Number four, my husband is from India, and we actually met around probably 2005. and we officially got together on 2006. So we've known each other for quite a while. We've been together since. We got married 2013. So this year we will be celebrating our 6-year anniversary. We aren't really huge on celebrating things as far as holidays or anything, I guess, any you know anniversaries or anything. But this year will be our sixth. Our anniversary is the day after Valentine's Day, so February 15 is it. We actually met. Oh yeah, let me tell you guys how we met, which is pretty like, I don't know. We actually met online. Back in the day, there was this website. I think it's still going. OkCupid. This was before. I haven't gone to it for a long time, but I think I've heard from others that now I think you have to pay to actually see the people you want to go out with or something like that. Back in the day, they were big on having quizzes, like quizzes about what animal would you be, or what is your aura color, or lame stuff like that. They had many quizzes, so that was my main, I guess, attraction to the website. And on the other side, it was like a dating website where you can browse through people. I mean, I'm sure you guys know the concept of dating website, right? You can browse through people. Everything was free. So that's how we met. I think he messaged me by chance, and by chance I was also like, sure, let's try it out. And that's how we met. OkCupid. Number 5. I killed a squirrel one time. This was probably also years ago when I was a kid. We used to live in this apartment complex where it was apartments, and they had a lot of trees around, a lot of grassy areas, and the squirrels, all the squirrels there were very used to having people around, obviously. I think a lot of them would feed the squirrels. It was a type of squirrels that would come up to you and you can feed it and they would take it from your hand, kind of thing. So, and also, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I think around springtime or whatever, sometime around there, squirrels like to chase each other, I guess because it's like their mating season or something. So they're just pretty much running around, not really paying attention to where they're going or what they're doing, or if they're gonna run into anything, stuff like that. So anyway, one day I went outside and I was running. I guess we were going to play or something. I was running somewhere, and these squirrels like ran right under my feet, and unfortunately I stepped on one, like really like stepped on it, because I mean I was running. I wasn't like looking at the squirrel coming my way. So I stepped on one, and unfortunately it was hard enough that it died. So that was pretty sad, and I don't know, that was just sad and unfortunate. So that was my number 5. I killed a squirrel one time. Number 6, also from back in the day, I was huge on pen paling. If you guys don't know what a pen pal is, it is someone from far away, or it doesn't have to be far away, I guess, but just someone that you write letters to, like not email, but actual letters. Yeah, just someone that you correspond with snail mail, what they call it, right? So back in the day, I don't know how I got into pen paling. I think one day I was just kind of bored, and this was when the internet was just beginning. So think about AOL, think about dial-up internet, when it took up your phone line. So you couldn't be on it all day, every day. So one day, I think I just was bored or something. I went to check out pen paling online. And actually, I found, I'm sure it was a website where they had addresses, or I guess a list of people who want pen pals. So I started doing that. I did it for quite a long time. And it wasn't much about actually writing to one specific person. But pen paling has its whole different thing. It's like a whole different scene, Like, I guess everything has its own scene if you get into it. So I did meet a few cool people there, and I received some very awesome gifts from those cool people. Also, it was, like I said, it wasn't much about actually writing to anyone specifically, but it was more about, they had this little booklets called FB, friendship booklets, and anybody can make one for yourself or for other people. What it is mainly a little book or a pamphlet or whatever you want to make it that would have an address on there, and that was the person it belonged to. So let's say I make one for myself, I would put my address on there, and I would say, I'm looking for people who like, games and yarn and books, let's say, right? I would put that on there, and then I would mail it to someone else, and they would put their information in there, and they would mail it to someone else. So it was sort of like a chain kind of thing. And once it's filled up, the last person who fills it up would be sending it back to you. So when you receive it back, you get so many addresses with people that have so many different likes and whatnot, and you can choose who you want to write to. So once I stopped doing pen paling, which again I did it for probably a couple of years, if not more, I have received a lot of those back, throughout the years, which is fun, and kind of sad at the same time, because it's like a throwback of what it used to be. Yeah, but definitely not doing that anymore. But yeah, it was mostly about just making booklets for others, for myself, and putting my information in other booklets and all that. So what else? Number 7. One of my favorite shows that I can watch over and over again, it's Seinfeld and the X-Files. And I guess that kind of ties to one other one I have here. The X-Files is probably one of my favorites, and I would probably watch that from, like, the whole series from beginning to end over and over. I think it's very interesting. I think it opens up a lot of new ideas, or different ideas in general. I definitely believe in conspiracies, it's to some extent, as well as aliens or extraterrestrials to some extent as well. And the supernatural, definitely also believe that that's out there. So yeah, definitely I could watch Seinfeld, which I think both are still on. I still find them on TV sometimes. So I can watch them over and over. And I'm never going to go into the movies, because there's a ton of movies that I can also watch over and over, but it's too many to list. But it's probably like around the same era that the movies were made from. So yeah, my other one was that I definitely believe in, again, extraterrestrials and all that. Let me see, number 8. I have a potty mouth. I don't have like a variety, such a big variety of words that I use, but the ones I do use, I use a lot. And I definitely do not use it in front of others very much. I use it mostly around my husband, because I guess it's all he's known. So, and I mean, he's used to me, right? So I have a potty mouth, and that's all I can say. I have to censor myself a lot around family, around anyone else, because I mean, not everyone is okay with hearing that. So just thought I would mention it. Number 9 is I hate manicures. I got one recently, and I've had, I guess, the one before that, probably years ago, before my son was born. And I remember, just last time I got one, I remember why I don't like them. The fact that they cut your cuticles so off, and that just creeps me out. Like, who wants to cut off your skin, you know? Like, I mean, it makes me think, who wants to cut off your skin? And whenever you do get a manicure, supposedly it looks all clean and stuff, but to be honest, it looks fake as, for me. I mean, obviously you can tell that's not natural, so I don't like that. And again, the last one I got it because I thought, why don't I like manicures? So anyway, when I got it last time, they did an okay job on everything, but once the cuticles started growing back, way worse than it was before they even started, like I don't need like tens of thousands of little cuticles, a little like, what do you call it? Like the little pieces of like skin growing out, and then you just get like sometimes you get peeled back and stuff. Yeah, I definitely don't do manicures. If I can do one, which actually I've never tried, I don't know if they would do that. If I can do one without them touching my cuticles or cutting them or anything, maybe I would go for that. But otherwise, I would just prefer to do it myself. Like back in the day, well, I keep saying back in the day. This actually was not too long ago, before my son was born. Actually, maybe a couple of years ago. Before that, the last job I had, I used to do night shift work, and it was very slow, so I had a lot of downtime. And I would do my nails then. I had all the time in the world pretty much to do my nails, so I got pretty good at doing both hands. And I enjoyed it because I enjoyed it. And I did back then still do a lot of videos about, showing you guys what I made, what I'm making. I think I attempted some tutorials at one point, so or to take pictures with whatever I made, that kind of stuff. I kind of liked doing my nails, but now I don't really have much time, of course, or a chance to. I think I'm more aware about it as well because of the smell. I don't want to really have that nail polish smell around with my son. I don't mind pedicure so much. I don't mind pedicure so much. Sorry, I thought it was a phone. Yeah, but definitely manicures. I don't think I'm ever gonna get them again unless I can manage having one without them touching my cuticles. And the last one, number 10. Oh, this is kind of embarrassing, but it happened, so I will share with you guys. One time, I sprayed myself with pepper spray, like in the face, because I didn't know what it was. So, as I told you guys that I came here when I was around 6 or 7. This was maybe, I don't know when it was, but I remember I was still in the process of learning how to speak English. And one time, my teacher, this was in elementary school, I'm pretty sure. Was it in elementary? I guess it was elementary school, I don't know. They had like the class I was in was in a trailer. I don't know if they still do this now, but back in the day, back then, the schools also had trailers for, I guess, additional classroom space or whatever. So this was in a trailer, and we had gone, I think, to outside to play after lunchtime, and or something like that, or we were going inside to the library or something like that. And my teacher had forgotten something in that trailer. So she was like, "Hey, Monica, can you go get it for me?" And she had given me her keys, with her keychains and all that, because every time we left the trailer, we would lock the door, of course, or she would lock the door. So I was like, "Yeah, sure, I can go. I'll go get it for you." So as I'm like going to the trailer, which I don't remember how long of a distance it was, but it was long enough where there was like no one watching me or no one looking at me actually go in there, or on the way there or whatever. So anyway, I was on my way, and I was just looking through through the keychain she had. And she had this keychain that was like a black thing. It was like a black one. It didn't have any writing on it, and I was just very curious, right? And in my mind, I assumed it was something like body spray, or you spray it and it smells great or whatever. So in my mind, I was like, "Hey, no, let me try it out." So I sprayed that like towards me, right? And instead of like doing like an actual spray, like a mist spray, of course, it was more like of a, what do you call it? If you guys have used pepper spray before, or I guess anything similar, then it was more of like just like a shot of the pepper spray as opposed to a mist. And it came right to my face, of course. Like it had to, right? So I was like, oh my gosh, I'll remember is crying, because even if I didn't want to cry, that made you cry. So all I could remember is just crying and trying to wipe it off. And once it got better, oh my gosh, once it got better, I went to grab whatever she needed, and then went back. I don't know how long it took, but I just know that no one told me anything. No one said anything to me. I didn't go look in the mirror at all. I don't know if my face was red. I don't know how my eyes looked, because if I cry and once I stop, you can tell, because it kind of messes up my eyes. So they get so puffy. You can definitely tell I cried. But yeah, when I went back, no one told me anything. No one said anything, which actually I was very grateful for, because that would have been pretty embarrassing. But anyway, guys, that was my number 10. Again, I hope you guys make one. If you have one already, or if you do make one, please let me know and I will go watch it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.